Hey guys, welcome back to Allison Unfiltered. Oh my gosh, it's already Wednesday. I normally record on Mondays, and I know y'all don't know the difference, but I definitely feel the difference. But I wanted to wait to do this podcast for when I had some more information. You all know I'm with a company called Xyngular. It's health and wellness products, right? And we actually had some experts come on and talk to us and give us more information about semaglutide, which is like the weight loss shot. And I've already had quite the platform for doing this. And I keep having, my son who works in a pharmacy, Gage, he keeps saying, Mom, you need to get louder about this. You need to get louder about this. So we had a doctor in pharmacology, a biochemist, a nutritionist. We had lots of experts on last night talking about what this does and the effects of what this does. But what I also want to share with you is I'm not usually one to promote Xyngular on this podcast, but the flip side of that is it's what I do for a living as well. And so if I have something that can help my viewers, right? Because this isn't about shaming people. I mean, people are going to do what they want to do, right? At the end of the day, and most of us are going to choose the easy path. And the semaglutide seems like a pretty easy path in the beginning, right? People don't look to the damage that can be done later on. So like I said, this isn't about shaming anybody, but it's about giving you information so that you are aware of the steps that you need to take to protect your body if in fact you are going to use this stuff, because it's not good for you. Period. End of subject, So I'm gonna put my glasses on, and I'm gonna read a little bit about some of the notes I took. I took like 7 pages of notes, and I wanted to write this down, but I'm also not a doctor, right? Let me make that clear. I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to give you medical advice, but I know these people are really smart, and I know there's a lot of people that are having problems. I'll just tell you first off the bat, I saw a girl on Facebook who had she had to go to the hospital because she overdosed herself on Ozempic, right? I have another friend whose mom went into the hospital because her electrolytes are so low and her sugars were so crazy that she had to go to the hospital because she was so sick. And it was because she's using this stuff, and either they're not using it properly or they're malnourishing their bodies that, God, I can't even get over this stuff. Sorry, I'm really thirsty this morning. We have lots of construction outside of our house, and they shut off the water today, so it's definitely going to be an interesting day. I know that's not kind of a squirrel moment. You don't really care what's going on outside my house, but if you hear beeping in the background, that's what it is, because they're right outside my office window where I record. So let's dig into this. Let's dig into some information. And, if you have something that you want to add to it, put it in the comments. Please be kind. I'm not trying to shame anybody. I just want people to be informed. I think knowledge is power when it comes to anything in life. Knowledge is power. So don't bury your head in the sand. Just make sure that you are informed. If you or someone puts this in their body, maybe you can help them. Or maybe I can help you, get your body back on track. So Dr. Casey Bond has a doctorate in pharmacology. And basically, semaglutide it's a treatment for diabetes, and it was created with a group of drugs to mock the action of a hormone that's released in your small intestines that helps regulate your blood sugar levels, right? And so it's going to create an increase in insulin. It's going to help your blood glucose be high and your insulin low. But one of the things that it can do is it can slow down the gastric emptying, which increases your fullness, the feeling you're satiety, your feeling of fullness. And it I can't talk. It decreases the glucose release from the liver, where we store our glucose between meals. So semaglutide mimics this action. And when they did the studies, on Ozempic, a person with diabetes, they found that the weight loss was a side effect of it. And what she was saying is there's no official indication for the use of semaglutide as a weight loss med. And if the FDA approves and rolls it out, it's going to change the landscape of our country. Right now, they can't really prescribe it for weight loss, but they can prescribe it for like metabolic syndrome. They can say that, like, they'll tell you like you're insulin resistant. That's my favorite BS that the doctors are using. Insulin resistant. You know why you're insulin resistant? Because you're overweight and because your body's not utilizing, you're not eating the right foods, you're not putting the right things in your body. So we're going to talk about that too. So there's 5 points of the metabolic syndrome, but you only have to qualify for 3 of them for your doctor to approve it. And which is one is a high A1C, high cholesterol, and a high BMI. Okay. And so the problem with this stuff is it's a Band-Aid. It's not addressing food habits. It's not addressing your diet in general. It's getting the weight off, but it's coming right back on as soon as you stop. If you're not working on nutrition, then it's just like being on phentermine and stopping the phentermine all over again. I mean, that's what this is. Our system with Xyngular will help you and help support you better through this process if you do decide to use it. But there's always contraindications. There's safety precautions. It affects your GI. It affects your development. They've seen a development of thyroid cancer. But the problem is, like, there haven't been enough studies to see the long-term effects of this, right? It's no different than the vaccine and everything that's happened. Like, everybody's just jumping on the bandwagon, but nobody knows what's going to happen long-term. I mean, oh my gosh, are we that desperate to lose weight the easy way or an unhealthy way that we don't care that it affects our health long-term, The behaviors have to be addressed. I have the palate of a 6-year-old, y'all. I mean, I love tacos and corn dogs and cheeseburgers and grilled cheese sandwiches and cheese toast and everything, and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and Lucky Charms, and I love all of those things. But this system for me and how I lost 75 pounds is I addressed my eating behaviors. And I didn't really know how to eat right until this. So, we talked about with my friend, who's a nurse, Christy Wolber's on here, about the relation between the insulin and the pancreas. And there's a chance that it could cause major problems with your pancreas because we haven't seen the long-term effects yet. And we don't have long-term data, and that is scary, y'all. That is so scary that we don't have that long-term data. One of the questions that was asked was, what about healthy people? What about people that are healthy, but they have 15, 20 pounds to lose? Is this something that's good for them? And Dr. Casey Bond said, if you don't have blood sugar issues, you should stay away from this. And I go back to that, your metabolic syndrome, your high A1C, fix it with your food. Your high cholesterol, fix it with your food. Your high BMI, fix it with your food. Your insulin resistant, fix it with your food. I mean, fix it with natural supplementing and food. I mean, all of this can change, right? But the problem is people are going and getting these shots and then going and they're not eating anything, right? Because they're not hungry. Like I said, it slows the GI tract. and they're going to McDonald's and they're getting a Happy Meal and they're eating half a Happy Meal. So they haven't changed. They're still eating the crap food, right? They're still eating the shit, putting the shit in your body, and expecting your body to get nutrition. Like, y'all, that's idiotic. That's absolutely idiotic. So she said, if you don't have blood sugar issues, you should stay away from it. Manipulating one system can affect blood sugar glucose levels and then affect the fat deposits, and that's not good. If you're just taking the meds and continuing to eat junk, you're hurting your body. That's what it boils down to. This is just a Band-Aid approach to a bigger problem. Obesity is out of control here. One of the things she talked about is we have cars, we drive everywhere. We have the highest obesity rate in the world, right? And you look at people in Europe and they eat pasta every day, but they walk. They have, some public transportation, but they do a lot of walking, and they drink wine, but they're eating like fresh fruits that are grown from their neighbor's garden. You know what I'm saying? There's so much difference here. And people want to say, oh, well, the FDA approves it. Well, the FDA is shit, period. The FDA is run by the lobbyists in DC, and it's and the pharmaceutical companies, and it's unbelievable, like the pockets that they're in. It makes me sick, because they're making our country sick. They're making our people sick. It's not something that you can take for long, the semaglutide. But if you don't change your habits, you're just going to gain the weight back. And she said she can't stress that enough. And then we had Chanel, she's a food biochemist. She's the one who created the gut health products for Xyngular. She's a functional nutritionist. She struggled herself. And one of the things she talked about was how to naturally boost your GLP-1. Sorry, I'm still thirsty. I'm drinking that dragon fruit trim sticks. Gosh, it's good stuff. So, naturally boost your GLP-1. Does anybody know what your GLP-1 is? It's your GLP-1 is what's produced in your body to improve your metabolic health. And gosh, it's important. And you can balance your GLP-1 by what you're eating and supplements that you're taking. So what she said listed here some of the side effects. And it took me like 2 hours to get through this 1 hour Zoom that we watched, because I took literally 7 pages of notes and I kept pausing it. So I made sure I write this stuff down, because I don't want to pass the wrong information on, right? So side effects: nausea, vomiting, GI pain, excess gas, stomach discomfort, loss of muscle mass, aging. Oh my gosh. Have y'all seen Ozempic face? Like these people and what it's done? I mean, they look like meth addicts. It's crazy. Acid reflux, fatigue, gastric paralysis. She wants to give like actionable education. And so one of the things is, how do we mitigate the side effects? And how do we, when you get off of this stuff, right? Because you can't stay on it forever, because guess what? The coupons run out, right? I mean, some people are getting coupons for this stuff. The stuff you're getting out of China, you shouldn't really trust it. You don't know what you're getting for the people that are ordering it cheap online. And, how do you fix your body once you come off of this stuff because of what it's doing to your GI tract? And how to increase GLP-1 naturally, because food is medicine. So there's 3 ways to boost GLP-1 production, improving your gut health, okay? Number 1 is prebiotics, fiber. and polyphenols have been shown in clinical studies to increase GLP-1, promoting a feeling of fullness that reduces cravings and reduces overeating. The product that Xyngular has that would help with this is Complete Prebiotic. It activates the gut hormones. Another thing that helps is the dragon fruit trim sticks. It has that fiber in it. So does our Complete Prebiotic. And the Complete Prebiotic, I'm not a vegetable person, right? So it's really hard for me to get vegetables in. So the Complete Prebiotic has a full serving of fruits and vegetables in it each day. So that helps me get that fiber in too. I also take a product we have called Cheat that helps with naturally lowering your cholesterol because it's soluble fiber. And what happens is, we get high cholesterol because we have high fats because we're eating high fatty foods and we're not eating fibrous foods, right? So the fiber counteracts the fat, right? And so if you're getting enough fiber, you can counteract the fat. Another thing about cholesterol meds, like doctors put them on it and they don't realize that one of the number one side effects of cholesterol medication is weight gain. I mean, my doctor put me on it years ago and I gained like 20 pounds in a month. I was like, holy shit, this is ridiculous, right? I came to you because I wanted weight loss. You put me on something that made me gain more weight, you asshole, right? You didn't even listen to what I was saying, Dr. Trong. Yeah, I will totally call him out. Terrible, terrible doctor here. Anyway, so number one is prebiotics, fiber. Number two, for 3 ways to boost GLP-1 production, probiotics. Certain probiotic strains. Listen, I'm not even going to try to say this word because I'm going to look like an idiot or sound like an idiot, but I'm going to, whatever. It's Akkermansia mucininifila. Okay. I wrote it down. It doesn't mean I can pronounce it. I'm not a doctor, and I haven't studied this stuff like she has. But these things have been shown to stimulate your GLP-1 levels. Okay, well, guess what? We have a complete probiotic as well as a prebiotic. The next thing for one of the ways to boost your GLP-1 production is whey protein. Okay, so consuming a 17-gram whey protein containing drink provides a higher GLP-1 secretion at 14% higher. It lowers your insulin levels and you get better glycemic responses. It can lower your insulin levels by 63%. And it's better than those of chicken and rice protein-based meals. I said that wrong. Hold on just a second. Let me rewind. Whey protein, consuming a 17-gram whey protein containing drink provided higher GLP-1 secretion, plus 141%. It lowers your insulin levels by 27.9%, and you get a better glycemic responses at 63%. Than those of if you just ate chicken and rice protein-based meals. So they actually did a study of that. And the one thing that we have is a product called Lean Protein, and it has whey protein in it. 2 scoops of our lean whey protein will give you 20 grams of whey protein. I do know that they are working on a new lean. It's something that Chanel had worked on creating for Xyngular, and it's going to have somewhere between 17 and 20 grams of protein, and it's coming out this next year. So I am excited about that. So 3 things: prebiotic, fiber, probiotics, and whey protein. Guess what? We have all of those. Guess what? I take those every single day without fail. Do I want to drink a shake every day? Nope, but it's really good for me. Fiber slows down the conversion of sugar, and it's also the food for your probiotics. So your complete prebiotic full of fiber is the food for your complete probiotic. Your gut is connected to everything, y'all. It's connected to your hormones. It's connected to your to your weight. It's connected to your nutrition. I even heard a lady in Xyngular, because I was asking about this, because one of the things that women struggle with, like your gut biome, it's everything. And one of the things that what a lady was struggling with was vaginal dryness. And she said once she started taking our probiotic and got her gut health in check, like everything fell into place. And that was one of the best things in the world for her. So you never really know, like, what your body's missing. And I say this all the time to people, like, our soil is not our great grandparents' soil. It doesn't have the nutrients in it that it used to. It's been used and used and used and used up over and over and over. And so corn doesn't have any nutritional value anyway, but the green beans grown today are not the same as our great grandparents' green beans grown. You know, we're not getting the same value, the same nutritional value. One of the things that someone asked, whey protein stimulates GLP-1. Your whey protein isolate, the lactose is removed, and lactose is sugar found in dairy. For most people, our whey protein, it doesn't affect anybody if they're allergic to lactose. It's what's in ours is so minimal. But for women, they should have 21 to 25 grams of fiber a day. That's absolutely impossible for me to get that unless I ate vegetables all day. So I'm so grateful that I have the prebiotic and the trim sticks to help me get that extra fiber in. Men need 30 grams. So think about that. If you got that amount of fiber in every day, like what you could do different for your body. What else? Okay, so let's say you're already on semaglutide, and what do you need to do to keep your body going, right? She said getting in that protein, use the prebiotics, use the probiotics, use the lean. Another product we have is a digestive aid. And what it does is it breaks down the food into usable pieces, right? We talked about all the side effects, the nausea, the vomiting, the GI pain, the excess gas, the stomach discomfort, the acid reflux. Our digestive aid will help with that tremendously. It's got bamboo root and all kinds of stuff in it. But it helps soothe the digestive aid tract. Oops, sorry. I just moved the thing because I needed a tissue. Hold, please. Slowly but surely, my allergies are getting better. So let me tell you a little story about the digestive aid. I woke up in the middle of the night the other night because I had been eating crap. I had been eating crap for a couple of days, and I know it's not good for me, but sometimes I just go off the rails. I am not perfect by any means, nor am I trying to portray myself that I am. And I woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning with like the worst tummy ache I've had in a really, really, really long time. And I know why. It's because I ate Whataburger. Duh. I woke up and my first thought was I need a digestive aid. And I'm not even kidding. Like, I chewed that up, and within 10 minutes I was golden and I went right back to sleep. So it's not like a Tums. It's not, all of this stuff is root and plant based. It's good for your body. But what she was saying is the digestive aid, it has digestive enzymes in it, has botanicals to help smooth. So if you don't have these digestive enzymes, your body's not going to work on its own naturally. And you're killing these digestive enzymes by not nourishing your body, right? So if you're already on it, what to do? Probiotics, prebiotics, lean, digestive aid, Action, which is our multivitamin. It's what I love about it is you don't just take it and pee it out. It actually is slow release, so your body absorbs the nutrients that it releases throughout the day, which is fantastic. Also, I just want to throw this out here. All this stuff is great for someone who has had gastric bypass or sleeve or anything like that, because your body's not absorbing nutrients for most of them. That's a nightmare of it. That's a whole nother show, what people are willing to go through and deal with lifelong after having something like that, because you can't reverse that. I don't understand why people would want to put themselves through that. Like, there's no easy way to lose weight. You have to put the work into it to get healthy. Okay, I keep running off the rails. I'm so sorry. Okay, so if you're taking notes, probiotics, prebiotics, lean, digestive aid, action, which is our multivitamin, advanced omega, it helps reduce inflammation. It also helps with your brain health. That's a fish oil. You can't find ours anywhere else. The collagen is a really important aspect of it because it will help with skin elasticity. It'll help with the Ozempic face. It's got hyaluronic acid in it, 3 types of collagen, digestive enzymes. I'm going to talk about the dragon fruit trim sticks again. So our dragon fruit trim sticks has actually a different formula to it than our orange pineapple, pink lemonade, and fruit punch. And eventually I think they're all going to be kind of melded over into this formula. But there's a reason it's created the way it is, and it helps with, it's got fiber in it. It helps with your glycemic response. If you drink it with a meal, it activates the hormones in the gut. And the other thing that helps tremendously is Global Blend. That just helps with your immune system. It helps with your inflammation in the body again as well, which, your GI tract is, if it's not healthy, it's inflamed, My husband and I take Global Blend every day, and if I had to give up everything, that's the one thing I would never give up with Xyngular. So sorry, still thirsty. I had a hard workout this morning. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 products. Think about this. That's 9 products to get your body back on track for putting 1 shot in your body. That's crazy. That's crazy what you're going to have to do to fix it, right? But know that we can help you fix it. And it doesn't have to be all of those. We can, start somewhere with something. But anyway, long-term effects that Chanel was talking about, she said it depends on each person, and their doctor, how long their doctor decides they stay on it. It depends on what you're taking it for, but it's definitely not a lifelong drug. Chanel says what she would do is take 2 action every day, 2 scoops of lean, 2 prebiotics to get your gut health back quickly. She would up the fiber intake, 2 trim sticks a day, prebiotic. And she said most people with the GLP-1 production, they found that it slows down before they actually become a diabetic. And she also said you could take up to 3 scoops a day of collagen. But man, if we could catch this early, if we could just get people started and getting their gut health, what if it all started with your gut health and what you put in your body, and people didn't get diabetes anymore? I mean, guys, it can't be fun taking all that medicine all the time, right? It can't be fun taking things that make you feel like shit. It just can't be. So, another thing, Robin Packard came on. She's our top leader in Xyngular. She's also got a plethora of skills behind her as well. Not to mention, 12 years of coaching. But, when you're losing weight, your body is breaking down toxins. And I'm going to go back to this Global Blend again. What it does is it binds itself to free radicals, and it helps release the toxins from your body. That's why when you go through a detox, the first 3 or 4 days, you feel like shit, because it's like a drug addict coming off of drugs, right? It is I mean, your body's addicted to it. Your body's addicted to the carbs and the sugar and all of those things. She had said that colon cancer was her like big motivator. And for me too, like I have colon cancer. Both of my grandmothers on my maternal and fraternal side had colon cancer. One died from it, and one survived it, but had most of her colon cut out and had accidents on a regular basis. I don't want to live like that. So I go every 3 years and get colonoscopies. And they actually found a polyp that would have turned into cancer had I not had it removed. So grateful to Dr. Hutto for that. But here's the thing that we want to know. We want everybody to know. And back to what Robin was saying, the Tummy Tamer products, which are your collagen, prebiotic, probiotic, digestive aid. Those are some major key factors for your gut health. But there is hope for everybody, right? We're not trying to shame anybody, but we want you to know, like, if you're thinking about this, please get started on these products before you do this, right? Get your body ready for it. If you're already on these products or you're already on the semaglutide, then please get on these products so you can help your body be okay long term, right? And honestly, if you don't need it, please don't do it. There's a way that you can lose this weight naturally. There's a way that you can lose it and keep it off. Is it easy? No, it's not easy, but anything worth having is not easy. I mean, I work on these guns for a reason, right? I want to feel proud of myself and proud of what I've done, and I don't want to damage my body for later on. Like, you guys, it's eating your muscle. That's what this stuff is doing. You're putting your body into starvation mode and it's eating your muscle. What are you going to do when you're 70 years old and you don't have any muscle, right? So you gotta, if you're doing this, you gotta get your protein in. You gotta get that whey protein in. You gotta eat a lot of protein so you don't lose that muscle mass. We want to meet you where you are and fill those nutritional gaps so we can try to beat the system, right? We can keep you healthy while you're using it. We can show you a different way. When the coupons run out, how do you maintain it? When you run out of medicine, how are you going to maintain it if you haven't taught yourself different habits? I've kept my weight off for going on 6 years, more than 6 years now. And sure, I fluctuated some here and there, right? After my grandmother died in October last year, I gained like 15 pounds because I didn't give a shit. I ate whatever I wanted to. I ate all my feelings because I'm an addict. And I knew that was going to happen. Like, I started eating Chinese food the night before she died because I knew what was happening. But I didn't stay in that place. I didn't stay in that perpetual cycle, and I brought myself out of it because I felt like shit. I felt terrible. For 3 months, I felt terrible, and then when we got to January 1, we got our shit back together, and I lost all of it and then some. You guys just have to know that it's not good for your body long term. Yes, you get the weight off, but what damage have you done in the process? So please think about that. Please think about what you can do to keep yourself healthy while you're using it, if you do choose to do so. It just scares me that everybody will just run out and get something injected into their body without questioning it, without questioning their doctor. Do you understand that your doctor gets kickbacks from the pharmaceutical companies for this stuff? Do you realize that? Do you realize that it's easier for the doctor to just push a pill or or a shot on you rather than arguing with you about your nutrition. Help yourself. Help yourself feel better. Help yourself get better, because you can. If I can with the palate of a 6-year-old, and I can lose 75 pounds, and I did that in 9 months, you can do it too. Okay? So if you want my help, message me, let me know, send me a PM, whatever, DM, whatever you want to call it, private message, direct message, whatever. I'll help you. Please don't go look this stuff up and try to order it from the website, because then I won't get any credit for that. And if you're one of my people, I want to be able to help you personally. My coaching is something I take great pride in. And I'm a pretty persistent and consistent person. I'm kind of a hard ass, but, you know, I'm here for you. So, love you guys. Thank you. Please share this. I think it's really important to get out there. And I think people need to know that there are ways that they can protect themselves, you know, from these drugs, if they are in fact going to use them. So instead of sounding like a broken record, I'm going to go. Peace out, homies. You can find us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify. I'm all there. So please share it with your friends and family. And I hope that this was worth you listening to, and I hope you got some knowledge from this. So let me know in the comments. Peace out. See y'all later.